If someone in St. Louis calls you a Hoosier, chances are it has nothing to do with the state of Indiana.
Hi, St. Louis. We saw your video about the name Hoosier, and if you don't mind, we'd like to add to the conversation. While there is no agreed upon origin for the word, one popular story is that Hoosier comes from the word Hoosier, which was used to describe hill dwellers or Highlanders in the English county of Cumberland. Who being the Anglo-Saxon word for hill, by the way, but you obviously know that. Everybody knows that, right? It's not just me. Many of the first immigrants who settled in the southern hills of what would later be called Indiana were from this region of England. Another possible origin story is that Hoosier was born out of river trade culture. Back in the early 1800s, flatboats were a vital part of trade and commerce on the frontier. The men who worked aboard these vessels had a reputation of being rough and rowdy, as sailors tend to be. Brawls allegedly were a favorite pastime. These sailors earned the title of hushers due to their ability to knock down and silence their opponents. John Russell Bartlett's 1848 Dictionary of Americanisms expands upon this under his definition for Hoosier.
Upon a certain occasion there, one of these rustic professors of the noble art very adroitly and successfully practiced the fancy upon several individuals at one time. Being himself not a native of this western world, in the exuberance of his exultation, he sprung up, exclaiming in foreign accent, "I'm a Hoosier, I'm a Hoosier."
This origin may also be linked to the folktale where a tavern keeper, after a bar fight, discovers a severed ear on the floor, picks it up, and asks, "Whose ear?" a morbid nod to the name's possible violent past. It's not all bloody knuckles and missing ears, though. One of the first written records of the word Hoosier comes from the poem The Hoosier's Nest by John Finley, which was published on January 1st, 1833. The poem presents a snapshot of frontier life, with a stranger being welcomed into the home of a large backwoods family. It depicts a life of hard work and resilience, even in the midst of poverty on the frontier. The poem exploded in popularity, being republished in newspapers across the Midwest. While it seems like the word Hoosier was in use far before Finley's poem, the Hoosier's Nest seemingly popularized the nickname and cemented it as a term of pride rather than an insult, describing violent backwoods country bumpkins and impoverished settlers. Whatever its true origins, Hoosier has evolved into a badge of pride, embraced by, well, Hoosiers across Indiana and beyond.